Hi folks, welcome to chapter 3 of the Tormach video series. The 8 UPS packages are here. Just got home from work, got them down to the basement, and I'm about to dig in. A couple of them, like the monitor, won't be too exciting, but exciting to see what the Tormach tooling system guys look like, and the tapping and compression head, and the other accessories. So let's dig in. Alright, boxes are open. Who wants to take a peek? As I mentioned, LCD monitor, just factory box. Here is the LCD arm. It's a lot bigger than I thought it would be. It's in this wood crating that I think they use to keep it protected from what comes across the pond. This guy is the lift bar, which is used to lift up the mill via an engine crane. Here I've got the foot pedal for the power drawbar. And speaking of the power drawbar, that guy is right here. That will help automate the Tormach tooling system and tool changes. You won't have to unscrew the drawbar, which in and of itself isn't a huge deal, but the power drawbar should be a nice addition. It's also obviously a requisite if you ever to use a tool changer in the future. This little guy looks like it's manuals, a couple cables. This looks like it's the Tormach tooling system, the CNC operators set. And in this one, I'm thinking it might be sort of a hodgepodge of cables. I assume that the tension, compression, tapping head is in here. And I guess the other question is, where's the computer, the controller? So more to come here, digging in. Okay, so I've got most of the packages unpacked. Over here on the ground, I've got the LCD arm and the tray you're looking at. There's the arm. Here is the wooden crate that has the lifting bar. And I have to say, I thought that this only included the actual gray bar, but it includes also the chain and the hook and the T-slot. So I think I've seen some folks mention that this is a little bit overpriced, and look, it probably is. But I can tell you that the size of that bar and the thickness of it is not the easiest thing to replicate on your own. And the fact that it comes with all the accessories, yeah, it's a little bit nicer than what I thought it would be. It'd be great if there's some way to share this with other Tormach customers, because you probably won't need it again for quite a while. In here I've got the power drawbar. The power drawbar itself is right here, and the electronics, the mechanism is in that box there. That's a whole nother lesson or whole nother day. There's the foot controller for it. That's optional, but I like it because you can then hold the tool in one hand and have another hand to handle something else and just minimize the chance that you drop a tool on your table. Haven't taken the monitor out, the cables are still there, but then the good stuff is over here. I made sure I had a clear table tonight so that I could start diving in, and most of this you're seeing here is the TTS kit that I bought, which I think it's called the there you go, the CNC set. That's all the parts along the back here, but I also wanted to show you a few additional things I purchased. The additional things are a keyless chuck here. I think this is the smaller one that holds up to 3/8, and a corresponding TTS Jacobs taper 2, I believe. So all these need cleaned. They need degreased. They actually just put out a white paper on how to properly maintain Tormach TTS tools and collets to prevent slippage and optimize life. And one of the things they talk about is how you need to keep them clean. They need to be clean when they come from the factory to get the sort of grime and oil grease off that they use to prevent rust while traveling overseas, and then keep them going forward. So once that gets cleaned, as you can see, these two parts will mate together, and that will be the keyless chuck. I think I'll use this keyless chuck as this kind of universal chuck, and I think what I'll do is use some of these Jacobs keyed chucks for more permanent drill bits that I end up referencing the Z on in the Tormach tooling table. So back here you can see I've got some set screw style end mill holders. This guy is a matches the the Jacobs chuck here. It's going to be hard to do that with one hand, but oops, you can see. Same thing. I won't need to clean it first, but that goes together like so. Same thing. This smaller one is for the little chucks, which are kind of cute. You normally don't see them this small, maybe on a hand drill. And then more set screw end mill holders, and then they give you three, or they don't give you, but the set that you pay for includes 3 ER20 collet holders, which I believe, because their collet holders are a bit more precise than the set screw style end mill holders, depending on what you consider to be precise and tolerances in your RPMs and such. So they include a set of ER20 collets that have, I think they only have 3 sizes: 1/8, 1/4, and 3/8. You can go larger. Obviously, there are more increments. These are probably, medium to lower quality Asian style collets, I'm guessing. So if you really want something high quality, you may need to pick up a better style collet. That's probably not going to be an issue for me, at least at first. A couple wrenches, which I actually don't know specifically what they go for. Actually, I'm guessing they go for this. Yep, that looks right. Let's see here. Over here, I bought the another item which, kind of like the lifting bar, looks overpriced, but I have to say this actually looks pretty nice. I don't remember what it costs off the top of my head now, but it almost feels like a anodized aluminum. It'll mount off the mill. You'll see that later. And as you can see, the hole sizes are such that they hold your tools. And that's the most important thing is going to be the numbering system here, which will correspond to the Tormach tool database. My a splurge was I picked up this face mill, which I'll definitely use. So it's not a splurge in that sense, but it was a little bit that's expensive. This is the Tormach one. Interestingly, Tormach shows them using a KDK tool, or excuse me, not a KDK, it's a K-tool Octamill in their promotional video, and I talked to the guys about that, and they actually said they still like this one. They think this leaves a better finish. They had some good things to say about the Mitsubishi inserts, but they also admitted that you could probably push a K-tool a little harder, and so I thought, well, for now, what I'm going to be using a face mill for finish is probably more important than maximizing material removal. So there are a few things you need with this: the face mill, the 4 inserts, and then the TTS shank here. Let's see here, what else? The TTS system comes with the tool gauge, which once again, that's another lesson, but these fit in there, and that's how you measure off your tools. And then getting to the end here, tension compression tapping set. This was the box here was kind of mashed up, but I cleaned it up a little. Once again, go over that later. Here is their computer, the controller. It's a small guy. And then the keyboard, I bought the thin one, and it has this protective cover over it so you don't get oil on your keyboard, and some whey lube. So that's all for chapter 3 for tonight. I'll be back soon.